7, and it's the direct labor. Now, before I do this direct labor, let me quickly explain labor to you again. So, labor is shown through salary and wages. Right. So, that first of all is the direct labor. So, the direct labor is the one going to work in process. This is the hands-on people. You understand that? Then you have your indirect labor, which goes to the factory overheads, which goes to work in process. Can you see? Indirect, it walks a little path. And this is usually the factory foreman and the cleaners and the maintenance team, anybody working in the factory but not making the product. Are we sure? Okay. So, now, if I talk about prime cost is your direct material and your direct labor, meaning this guy. Okay. Now, in this question, what do they give me? Okay. So now if I look at this direct labor, they didn't give that to me, but I want this. Okay, so now what do I need to remember in my head? In my head, this is what they give me. They give me what was actually paid. Okay? You understand me? So in other words, this here is my total that they give. Where is it? Here. This 2110, 500. This is the direct labor and the indirect labor. Okay. So now what do I want to know? I want to know what is the indirect labor being paid, so that I can take it out of the total, so that I am left with the direct labor. Everybody with me? So now, if I look at the information they give me information about the factory foreman, and they say he was paid 396. And then they also tell me there's a accrued expense of 36. And they also tell me that he earns 36 a month. So if I go do a T account for the factory foreman salary, I know this is what's paid. Ne? This is what's paid. So this is the amount that I want to subtract here. Okay? Oh, sorry. It's just. But the other information tell me there is a 36,000 accrued, meaning my expense is 432. Okay. We can also get the 432 by saying 36 times 12. Now that 432 is what's going to go to my factory overheads. If you have to do the factory overhead T account, that will go to the factory overheads. So you understand what I'm trying to say to you is the amount they give you here is basically including the balances they give you, the amounts that was paid. So now if I go look at the casual workers. The casual workers were employed in the factory to assist with maintenance and cleaning. They earned 25 Rand an hour and worked 140 hours in this year. So it's 20 workers, 25 Rand, 140 hours. So how much did they earn? 75. On the dot, 70,000. Okay, now, since they don't tell me what was paid and what was accrued and all of that, we assume everything was paid. Okay, so this is now going to be subtracted to get the direct labor, and add it to the factory overheads. Okay? Do you guys see what I'm doing? Is I'm subtracting it here because I want to be left with the direct labor. Okay, so what is my direct labor then? $164. Okay, so that 1644 is my direct labor. So I got my prime cost, remember, by saying the direct material, which was that 205,600, plus the direct labor, the 1644,500. And that will give me my prime cost is how much? 369. Anybody? 0800.